Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of the Country Rap Report. Yours truly, Big XL, and my partner in crime, Spank-a-Lank in the building. All right, before we get too deep in this thing, I always encourage you guys to hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Matter of fact, tell us we don't know what the hell we talking about. It don't even matter to me because you don't already watch this shit. So, hey, let's get into it. Country Rap Report, unbiased reporting of the country rap genre and the music. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm so happy to announce we have hanging out with us Miss Shelbykay. What's going on?
What's up, y'all?
All right, I gotta ask Shelby, what you know, because I'm a wrestling fan, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka used to do that, and that meant I love you. What does that mean for Shelbykay?
What does this mean for Shelbykay?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, you lovely motherfuckers?
All right, so look, let's get into it.
Hey, we got DJ POP here too. Don't forget about my bud.
Oh, what's up, DJ POP, aka?
How we doing?
AKA, I look like John B.
John B in the house.
And not from the TV show, John B. Just so we're clear.
Probably making all the ladies moist with his smooth beard and DJ.
Not moist. Not moist. Come on.
Ew, what? Ew, you like that word? Ugh.
Not that. No, fam. Not that one. Okay, let's move on.
All right, so look, let's get into the Shelbykay story because you are definitely on fire. No pun intended. And you got the internet in a frenzy. And I just want to talk about, I want to take a walk in the life of Shelbykay. I want to talk about your humble beginnings. I want to talk about how you killed that goddamn buck, how you skinned that motherfucker, and how you cooked that motherfucker. I want to talk about them goddamn duck boots. I want to talk about chopping axe. I want to talk about everything that's Shelbykay and everything that's DJ Pop. So I want to get into it.
All right, let's fucking talk about
Let's
it.
do it.
All right, so the first thing I want to start off by saying is, where is Shelbykay from, and what was your introduction to the music business?
I am from a small town in South Carolina called St. Matthews, but I got roots in Texas as well. I have family out there, so I go between South Carolina and Texas. Super small town, both areas. The place I am from in Texas literally doesn't, all it has is a school and a softball field. So yeah, that's that. But my introduction into music came from me freestyling at my 23rd birthday party. This dude was there named Blind Fury, actually kind of famous, actually really famous. A lot of people know him, a lot of people don't know him, but one of the best freestylers in the world. So I was just drunk off my ass, doing what I do best, rapping. And he heard me because he obviously can't see, so he didn't see me. So he was like, can somebody bring that girl to come talk to me? I mean, I know he can't see me. He just heard me.
Okay.
And then, so he asked if somebody could bring me to where he was. He was like in this RV thing. And so I walked in there and I was like, you want to see me? And he was like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't care who the fuck you are, but you got way more potential than you know about. And I was like, me? And he was like, I want to cut the bullshit. I want to take you into the studio. I want to show you some shit. And I was like, all right. I didn't really take it serious at first, but it was about a month after that. It just like I kept thinking about how I ran into somebody finally for once in my life and I could get into a studio. I've never been in a studio, never did anything outside of my bathroom or my car, and other than writing in my phone or in journals. So I was like, fuck it. I hit him up. I was like, dude, if you're serious, I'll do it. And he was like, yeah, I'm serious. The next day I went and picked him up because he obviously can't drive. And he took me in the studio, and there was another producer there, and that motherfucker's blind. His name's Jay Breezy. So there's these two blind motherfuckers. They cannot see me. They have no idea what I look like. They haven't asked any questions about what I look like. And they just like, all right, go into the booth. And I'm like, booth? What's the booth? And they're like, the studio. I was like, oh, I thought I was in the fucking studio, man. And they were like, no, like the booth where the microphone is. So I went in there, started doing my thing. We chopped it up, we cut it up, and turned into making, I've got at least like 23 songs with Jay Breezy that nobody's heard. But he taught me one thing. Blind Fury told me, he was like, if you're going to do this, if you're going to rap, you're going to know how to freestyle. And I was like, all right. So we spent hours and hours and hours developing my mind on how to freestyle, and that's how it happened. He let me take the music. I didn't have to pay him anything for the music. I gave Jay Breezy money, obviously. He told me take this, and he was like, I got you in somewhere. You got to do the rest of the work. So then that's whenever I started hunting, and I found Lenny. Ask Lenny if I'd never met him before. I was like, dude, I want nothing from you but one thing, and it's the one thing I don't have. And he's like, what? And I was like, stage experience. So he was like, how fast do you think that you can fill this place in? And I was like, you mean like sell it out? And he was like, yeah, it was a little bar. And I was like, I could probably do it. He's like, can you do it Saturday? That was 6 days away. I was like, I mean, yeah, sure. So I posted on Facebook that I was going to do an open mic night. Everybody came, did not expect so many fucking people to come. We packed the place out. I rocked. Lenny was impressed, took me under his wing, and now I'm here.
That's dope. That's dope.
So you got coached by one of the top 5 freestylists in hip hop history.
That is indeed true. He's like a brother to me now.
God.
We still talk. We're still really good friends. He still has a lot to do with what I do.
Damn, I'm still amazed. That's not something that you should take lightly, because he's not. He's a rare find. You know,
Yeah.
just him being blind. Aside from that, the dude got talent. Like the dude got like worldwide renowned, top 10 maybe ever talent, and you were personally coached by that. That's a huge accomplishment. I'm amazed, and I'm glad you took it in stride. Awesome.
Yeah, one time for Blind Fury, for those who don't know, Blind Fury was definitely one of the first Freestyle Friday champions who retired from that old BET 106 in Park. Like, y'all did our history. Shelbykay got history on y'all ass while y'all bullshitting. Damn.
They really had to retire him because he wasn't going to go away. Like, there was nobody else that was going to beat him.
Yeah, and he's still not going away. He did a damn 13-hour freestyle on Facebook Live.
13 hours?
13
Amazing.
hours.
Amazing.
Okay,
so well, hold on. Let me jump in, Vic. From the time that you were coached by Blind Fury to where we are now, how much time transpired? Like, when did that start, and to where we are? Is this a couple years, a couple months?
This was 2 years ago, my 23rd birthday. I'm 25. So we're coming up on 3, well, not really coming up. We got even like half a year left still. So it's like a year, it's 2.5 years.
That's a lot of progress in 2 years. I'm amazed.
A lot.
Dude, if y'all heard the shit that I did with Jay Breezy, that was like learning the booth and stuff and just like getting used to it to what I have now. Like, I mean, I always knew I had it. I knew that I could do it, but I don't come from a place that people do it. So it was something that I just put to the side and was like, that's a thing that'll never happen for me. And then it's happened, and I've progressed so much in such a little amount of time that it's just like, holy fuck. Holy shit.
You had to absorb a lot in 2 years, because you had to learn a whole culture. Then you had to learn a part of that culture, was the freestyling. And now you perfected it and made it your own gift. And I commend you for that. Good job.
Thank you.
I want to go back to before that night. You say you was just drunk and you jumped on stage and started freestyling. So
no, I didn't jump on those stages. My mom and them threw me a party in their backyard.
Okay, so there is nowhere in the hell that was the first night you freestyle. So like, when, and you're 23, like, when did you realize that you even had that talent? Because there are rappers who've been in the game 23 damn years and can't freestyle. So you had to be freestyling around the friends with the brush in the bathroom mirror. Like when did you realize, like, shit, I really got something and I'm gonna do this shit in front of people?
Well, I knew that I could really fucking do rap, period, hip hop. I knew I could be in that culture when I was in the 7th grade, and I kept getting picked on, and I wanted to stop being picked on. And this girl told me, she said, if you can freestyle battle me, then we'll never bother you again. And I was like, okay. And so everybody's like, oh, this bitch about to get her ass cut. And I was like, I was ready. I came to school the next day, and I went to the courtyard where this little hangout part we had. And I walked in there, and I was like, Brianna King, you ready? And she was like, are you ready? And I was like, damn right. We went ham. I used a few Nicki Minaj lines, and they was like, oh shit, Shelby really out here doing this shit. And then boom, that's when I was like, man, if I could be somebody, if people in my town ever did anything, because like I literally know the most biggest thing that came out of our town is Alshon Jeffrey. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but played ball. That was the biggest thing that ever happened in our town. So I just put it away. And then whenever I decided to, you know what, start letting like my friends, I put it away. I didn't say nothing else about it. I let years go by, but all my friends always knew because I always did it like all the time. I would like remake songs basically that were popular. We'd ride in the car and I would do my own lyrics for it. And they'd be like, how the fuck do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just how my brain works. And then I think I was like 21. It was not long after my 21st birthday. I went to a Ryan Up Church concert. Saw all these country ass motherfuckers up there just rapping their asses off. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Because I can do this too. So that's whenever I started doing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's really dope. Where's Brianna King at right now? Is she in the booth?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
No. I don't ever know what happened to her, really. I tried to find her sometime on Facebook because I always want to hit her up and be like, yo. But even I have friends like Shatiri and Kiana, like they bring it up almost anytime they talk to me. They're always like, you remember that time? And I'm like, yeah, I fucking remember that shit. I remember that shit like it was yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Nobody ever bothered me again in school. They didn't ever bother me again. It was a good time.
You know, as you incline and you climb this ladder of success, Brianna King is writing her diss record right now.
I hope not, because we were friends after that. We're friends now.
Well,
like that's just all she wanted. She just wanted me to prove that I could do something, I guess. I'm not even sure why we ever did it still to this day. I don't even think I saw her after 7th grade. No, I think 7th grade was the last time I saw her. Sad times.
That's dope. That's dope. That's really, really dope. I never expected any of this. So before I even get into your introduction to country rap, who are some of your influences? Like, who are some of the people that, you know, inspired you? Because even though you had this God-given talent, there had to be some people that you looked up to in music, whether it be country rap, traditional hip hop, or music in general. Like, who are some of the people that influenced you to even make you tap into this talent?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's 4 people that made me tap into the talent. It's Gretchen Wilson, Missy Elliott, Salt and Pepper. Well, I guess Salt and Pepper would be 2 people. It's not. And then my final one is Soulja Boy. I got a Soulja Boy. All I asked for when I turned 10 from my mom and dad was a radio player, like a CD player, and a new Soulja Boy album. And I wanted it so motherfucking bad. And I cried when I opened all my presents and I didn't have the Soulja Boy album. Then I went into my bedroom and there was my CD player and the Soulja Boy album. And after that, it was on like Donkey Kong.
Soulja Boy.
I'm basically the soldier girl that nobody knows about. Somebody let him know.
You know, a lot of times people in, especially in this era, talk about the influence that Soulja Boy really had on a lot of rappers underneath him. And a lot of people think, because a lot of people don't like his music, but he really, to me, he really influenced an entire culture of the next generation of people when it came to, number one, young people realizing they could do music, how they market their music on the World Wide Web or the internet. So he was a real trendsetter. Just a lot of people want to credit him for destroying hip hop. And to me, I think the man was a genius and inspired millions.
Yes.
He's the only motherfucker that I know that Superman can crank that. Okay.
So can Shelbykay crank that?
Yeah. Duh.
I don't believe you.
Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it.
Soulja Boy been a watch crank, watch me roll.
That's what's up. That's definitely.
Hey, I'm actually from Orangeburg's like our big town outside of like where I'm from. And we had this man, I hope that you're gonna know what I'm talking about. We had this man that always was at Dodge's. This rapper came through to perform at this little strip club thing or whatever, and he saw him out there and he ended up making a song. Do you know what the Elroy is? Crank That Roy?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the big town outside of my town. So like semi from there. That's funny. You know, nobody ever knows. I know how to crank the Roy too. Do you know how to crank the Roy?
No, I don't know how to crank the Roy, but I probably could crank everything else. You remember there was a whole We was cranking everything. And just a little
Everything.
a little industry like insider, because me and my man Spank bring certain expertise. I always talk about how small this music industry is. I always talk about how small this music industry is. I co-manage Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh shit! You can really tell him I'm the soldier girl that he doesn't know about.
Nah.
Oh my god.
No. I can't tell him because the relationship.
You can send him an email. Calm down.
He's not gonna. Matter of fact, do you remember?
At first it was Blind Fury.
Yeah. Do you remember one of the first artists that spawned from the Soulja Boy wing called VIC? He had a song called "Get Silly." And
Get silly, hey. Get silly, hey.
Yeah,
Dance flow silly. The ladies gon' feel me.
Oh my gosh, she knows the lyrics.
I'm in front of the wrong background. I'm looking at my Get Silly gold plaque right now. I discovered VIC.
I'll be damned.
Small world this hip hop industry is. Very, very, very small. Man, that is amazing. I don't think, you know what's funny? And I always talk about the emergence of country rap. And as I look at people and I know there's a form of separation of country rap and hip hop. And I tell Spank all the time, like every country rap artist is a hip hop fan. Maybe the fans don't realize that their marriage, but every country rap artist, there's no way you can be a country rapper and didn't like hip hop as a whole. So it's definitely a marriage there. What was your introduction to country rap?
This song that I just put out there, I just recorded just to let people know that I was doing it. It was not even a song. It had no hook. And it was basically talking about how, like, I know that I'm going to get people give me shit about this, but this is what I'm doing. I took it off of everything now because, I mean, I took it off like, I would say probably like 4 months after I put it out. Because, like, I mean, it was super raw and nothing was done to it, which I didn't mind. I didn't care about that. But it was just basically my let y'all know. But then my legit coming into it was I remixed Krayshawn's Gucci Gucci. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but or that song is, but I remixed that into, and I called it Country Bees. Did a little music video and threw it out there, and I was like, I'm here. How you doing?
Well, I got a question. How do we get from Soulja Boy and Gretchen Wilson to where we are today? Because I don't hear Soulja in your raps at all. Like, what? How did you develop your style and what Shelbykay is all about?
That's just me. My style is exactly who I am. Like, it's, even whenever I met people, there was like times that people would tell me that I should tone it down a little bit, probably should say less cuss words, probably should talk about love and stuff like that. And I was like, fuck that. No, I'm good. Because that's not what I'm around. Like, my music is who I am, literally.
Yeah, you don't let them, well, they call it the pink tax. So they try to put you in a little bubble just because you're a female. Don't let them do that to you. Like, keep doing what you're doing. I respect you for doing what you're doing. And at that, on the female tip, you had a line in one of your songs. I think you said they were mad that I made it without taking a dick. Okay, favorite line, by the way. But that has to be the biggest issue for females in the genre. Now, you being a white female rapper, like, how much of that shit did you have to deal with in the industry? Because I know it's there, but I need to hear it from a female's perspective.
You mean like
sex sales?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, people, not so much the sex and selling. I'm talking about the people they want you to do favors just so they can help you get ahead in your career.
It's happened a lot to the point that the two people that people know that I fuck with, like, and have for a really long time, aka Blind Fury and Lenny Cooper, are the reasons that I've stayed with both of them. They're also the reason that nobody really knows who I mingle with and who I talk to, besides they're just now starting to find out, because it's happened. It happened a good enough amount for me to be like, basically fuck everybody, because I'm going to stay right where I'm safe and comfortable and not a place that I have to give you any part of me for you to give me anything that I need.
Damn.
Now,
I never really. I hear of those happenings, but to hear it from a female,
yeah,
that's been doing it for 2 years, it's a lot. That's sad. That's sad for our industry. We know that it's out there, Vic, but she kind of validated that it's not even out there just in hip hop. It's over in country rap, and that's kind of sickening. How did you combat it though? Did you go to your mentors and be like, look, such and such want me to do this? Do I need to do that? Not so much the sexual favors or whatever, but how did you combat it?
The minute things were brought up or said, I'd shut it down in a minute. I didn't have to talk to nobody about it because I knew that if that's how I was going to get anywhere, it wasn't for me. That fuck them. I don't give a shit, really. I didn't need no advice on the situation. I knew exactly how to handle it. There were times people would get a little too close and be talking to me, and I'd be like, bro, I don't need you right here. You can stand right there. We can talk about the same shit. And they'll be like, there's some things you're just going to have to deal with. And I'm like, no, there's not. There's not at all. We're all right.
And that line right there proves that there are many other females out there in the genre, not just country rap, but in music that are doing that to get ahead. It's commonplace, and I'm not saying it's a positive thing. I'm not saying that it should be happening. I'm just saying that it is out there, and the fact that you are aware that it is out there and you're like, stay on your side because I'm not about that life. I respect you more for that. Because it's a lot of people out there that's on their knees and expecting some studio time and ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, and I'm not agree with that. Just like the sex sells thing, that has been brought up to me so much. I have been told that I should. You're beautiful, like you're so tall. When you walk in a room, you're the first one that everybody looks at, yada yada yada. And I'm like, yeah. So why do I need to take my clothes off? Because when I do walk in a room, everybody does look at me. Why do I need to wear shit that I'm showing everything? Like, I'm not doing that.
Leave something.
They're like, that's why in Chopping Axe, I wore a turtleneck shirt and all black and the only skin people see was literally half of my neck, my face, and my hand, because I just had a conversation with some people and they wanted me to do some love songs and take my clothes off and be slutty. You got big tits, be slutty, da da da. And I was like, you know what? Watch this. I'll cover everything the fuck up because that's not who I am. I'm not that person, and I'm not going to pretend to be somebody that I can't be. So no, sex is about to sell over here. My body's not about to be what sells me. What's going to sell me is my rhymes and who I am as a person.
Big facts.
And that's how I feel about the situation.
It's actually funny. You're saying some things that we discussed yesterday in our Ladies of Country Rap, and we talked about how some ladies have elevated in comparison to others. And I actually compared you to Missy Elliott. I actually said you were like the Missy Elliott of country rap because Missy Elliott never compromised herself, and maybe she didn't get to the level that she should have, but she never compromised herself and allowed the industry to tell her what she should be, and she stood alone on her talent. And when I see you, and then when I see that you got this song coming up, Pretty and Thick, to me, I'm like, you know what? This is the type of woman that we need to address a lot of these girls out here who feel like they got to do shit to be accepted.
Absolutely.
Like, just be you. Like, no matter what. Like, remember this conversation. Remember this coming from a guy who was a girl dad. Like, stay true to you, and you're going to get what's for you, because what's for you is for you, clothes on or clothes off. It's for you. And a lot of people take the clothes off, think they're going to get something that wasn't even from them, so all they end up with is some limp wood. And so I mean, I like the fact that you're staying true to what you believe in.
Right. I made a promise. Like, I lost my Nana. My Nana was the #1 person that pushed me to do music, and I always thought that she was lying. I was always like, I'm not that talented. I can't do it. And then I remember before she died or whatever, I was telling her that I started writing again, and she was like, just know that if anything ever happens, you promise you're going to be you? And I was like, yeah, but nothing's ever going to happen. And then she passed away 2 years later. It really does start happening. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Here we go. I mean, most times you see me, I'm going to be wearing holy jeans and like basically a shirt. I mean, I make all my own clothes because I don't like shit out the store. So like, I'm just a different type of breed. Like I can go to Walmart and pick out a t-shirt and turn it into something that everybody wants to wear. And they're like, where'd you get the shirt? And I'm like, I made it.
From
Like
Walmart.
I don't need to be wearing that. Bro, I can't even buy shit at boutiques and shit because I'm so tall and chunky that like it's just got to be high water or too tight. Like I can't do that. Why y'all getting into that? Y'all doing that to yourself. It's awful. I'm telling you.
Did you say chunky?
Chunky.
I did.
Yes.
I said
You are from the South because you said chunky. And chunky is only used in, I don't even know how to spell chunky.
Me either.
CH Onky.
I feel like there should be a W in there. But there ain't.
CHW Onky.
Chunky. Like, man, my mom used to tell me I was chunky and I used to wear husky jeans. Like,
Did you wear baby fat?
that's for women. I'm a gangster girl.
What about fat
No, you
bars?
know you wore some girl's
Fat
baby
bar.
fat jacket around in high school. Don't be trying to play games right now. That girl let you wear that jacket, you thought you was hot shit.
First of all, POP, yes, I did wear fat form. You caught me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You caught me.
And Echo.
I tried to thug it out and said I'm a gangster. I don't wear no baby fat, but yeah, I was rocking that goddamn fat form. I was definitely.
Hey, what were we talking about? The damn jersey jackets, like the NASCAR jackets that everybody wore. You remember that trend?
Every store you went
Oh
into.
God, you could buy them shits off the side of the road.
What number you like? Oh, 17? We got that one back here.
People was rocking those jackets. Ain't know nothing about no goddamn NASCAR.
Okay.
They didn't know who 17 was, 3 was, 40. They didn't goddamn know. They thought the damn 23 was Kobe Bryant with tied on it. Like people,
$200. Let me get it.
let me get that. Matter of fact, hold on. 2 for 40 or 25?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
both of them get one for me and my old lady, and we matching on Christmas Day.
Amen.
I was with it. So after, again, having a mentor like Blind Fury, and you were definitely coached by the best, and dropping what you felt like was going to be the definition of you. When did the term or the genre country rap come about and you say, you know what, this is my lane? Or do you even consider yourself a country rap artist?
I'm 100% a country rap artist. Not for any particular reason because of my sound. It's because I'm literally from the country and I make rap music. Like that's what the genre is to me. Like
The real country.
yeah, like you don't have to. It's not about the sound to me and all that. Like it's just a description of like what you're about to get yourself into. Like there's this country rap artist named Shelbykay, and they're like country rap. Yeah, what do you think that means? I guess they're country and rapping. All right, there you go. Boom. Because I'm gonna be talking about real country shit and literally all my songs because that's what I know. But I have listened to country rap since country rap was a thing. Like I didn't just be like, oh, I belong in that lane. It's something that I've always listened to. I'm very well educated on the genre. I know many of artists, big fans of so many people, and it was just like, if I'd had the opportunity whenever it first came about, I'd have been in that bitch then. It was about the opportunity and how I could get in there. Like, and I always knew that if I were ever going to get to do music, that was where I wanted to be whenever I did music.
All right.
See, most people come outside and they come into the genre and they don't know shit about it. They're not from here. They don't know nothing. They can't tell you other artists. And they're just like on this thing. And it's like, no, I actually know my shit. I didn't come here because I failed in every other genre. I started here and this is where I want to be.
Shots fired.
I mean, that's the fact. People that fail in their own genre, they come over here. Which do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
We were having a discussion the other day about the majority of the artists that are over in country rap and how they experimented in other genres and then decided to come over to this genre after that experiment did not work as best as they thought it was going to work. That's
and it's really a
POP.
slap in the face for all the people that have worked so hard for this genre, period.
Do you think, all right, let me say this because we often have this conversation. In Shelby, and I'm going to ask every country rap artist we interview, in Shelbykay's definition, what is country rap? And name some artists that you would put in the genre.
Country rap is country people on a hip hop beat. Country rap is the mixture of the country and the hood.
I miss the country.
With the hood. Anyways, country rap is, I mean, it's exactly what it says it is. It's rap about the country. It's like country shit. I mean, people that are from the country, they live different than people that's from the city. Like we live different than people that's, I guess you call it the Midwest. I mean, they do a lot of yee shit. I mean, and everybody's yee is different. So whatever you yee-yeeing about, yee on, boy. I do your thing. Yeehaw, brother. I got you. But in this genre, and the people that like really represent this genre well, 100%. And it's like nothing to anybody. I'm not hating on nobody because it's obviously going to be heard from people. So I want to say the people that I truly, and I've met personally, I want to say, I'm going to throw that out there because I can't talk on anybody I ain't met and I don't know. Lenny Cooper, Colt Ford, The Lax, and Ryan Upchurch. These are 4 people that I have. Well, The Lax is Brian and Clay, but that's my group of people that I have met personally, and I can say they do real life, real country shit. They are actually really fucking country people, and they really is riding their hip hop beats, talking about real shit. Now, everybody else, I've met a lot of people, and more power to them, but I'm not convinced yet. I feel like Demon Jones is. I haven't met him though, so I don't know, but like, I mean, he's fucking dope as shit. He's got it going on. Big fan. Bubba Sparks. I met Bubba Sparks. Bubba Sparks, he doesn't consider himself a country rap artist, but he has a big ordeal to play with country people being in hip hop music, period. So
Wade B's dope too.
Wade B is super dope. I don't know if y'all know who Wade B is, but yeah, I've met him too. Yeah, he's real life country. He's like Florida country though. Like
he's like genuine about everything too. He's just a good ass dude all around.
Do you think it should even be considered a genre, or should it just be lumped into hip hop?
No, I think it should.
At least a subgenre.
Yeah, just it needs to be country rap needs to be the word that describes it because of the simple fact of it's riding the beats like hip hop. We can make all the pop ass songs like not like pop ass songs as hip hop, but like hip hop songs and country rap songs, we're talking about different shit. And that's where only where it comes down to right there. Like there's even some hip hop songs that I'm like, that's country rap just because of what they're talking about and shit. So like, there's a fine line. Like you got dirty songs that are just like ass, titties, wieners, all that. And then you got mud and trucks and all this. So it's like, if you don't say country rap and then they listen to the mud and truck shit, they're bobbing their head, they're liking it, but they're like, what the fuck are they talking about? And you say something about like, dude, that's that new hip hop. And they're like, no, it's not hip hop. You're going to get told it's not hip hop no matter what. So might as well just give it its own name. That way you can go ahead and cut all that bullshit out in the beginning.
Okay. I'm with that.
Do you think that the industry will allow that to happen? To just give it its own subgenre definition? Because gay hip hop has been around just as long as country rap. So has Christian rap. But Christian rap, you can either be Christian or hip hop. There's not a Christian rap chart. There's not a country rap chart. There's not a gay rap chart. Like, do you think that they should be giving these subgenres their own shine and spotlight so that we can have their own little pockets of fans and they can embrace it?
Yeah,
I feel like
I've never been asked that question before, but
that's a hard one.
I feel like when it comes to like charts and stuff, yeah. But no matter what the industry is ever going to allow, it's going to be here no matter what. It's going to, just like Christian rap, it's going to be here, NF. NF is a Christian rapper, and he is so unbelievably dope.
True.
But you don't ever hear people call him a Christian rapper. But if anybody knows anything about him, you know that whenever he started rapping and shit, he was like literally considered himself a Christian rapper. And, now he talks about hip hop because he finally, I guess you would say, got approvance to be in that lane of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard to answer that question because, no matter what, it doesn't matter what the industry says. Country rap's here, Christian rap's here, everything's here. And the more they ignore it, the more it's going to continue to be here. The more independent artists are going to come out of nowhere and chart and shut everybody else down because it's just not given a chance.
Well, here's the reason why I ask, and this is a debate Vic and I have often, almost daily. Because there isn't a true definition on the charts, then it's going to be hard for somebody to break out and conquer it. As an example, when Upchurch released his album, he was top 5. It was under the hip hop charts, but nobody in hip hop was talking about it. But it was there, and it stayed there for a week. You know, and even when he dropped the video a couple months ago from Hadia's, one of those songs, it was up there, and people, and dope lyrics. Upchurch is one of the dopest ever. But nobody in traditional hip hop gives anybody on this side any respect, and I want the spotlight to be shown on country rap for the respect, because there's some fucking talent over here that they're just overlooking just because they're classified as country rap, and I think that's disrespectful. But hip hop has been around for so long, we're used to doing that. We're used to separating little individual segments and throwing them over there in little pockets and just forgetting about them. And it takes somebody within that genre to stand up with their talent and be like, okay, bitch, you finna recognize me now, because you know I'm this ain't something you finna forget about, you know. And Upchurch is definitely the model right now, but we need a female. We need somebody like yourself that's not about that bullshit and not finna back down. That's gonna come with enough talent and enough fortitude. Now, this is my question is all of that. Do you have the thick enough skin to survive in this industry? You already got the look. I'm not even about that. We're not finna sleep. But you know that the controversies are coming. You know more disses are coming. Like, have your mentors prepared you for the bullshit, because it's coming?
Yep. You want to know a secret?
What's that?
Built for the bullshit.
Built for the bullshit?
Put it on a t-shirt. I want it on a t-shirt.
I got you.
And then 2, I have a degree in psychology.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Oh yeah. You
nobody's getting in up here because I literally know how to operate up here. So my skin's thick, my brain's tough, and I'm built for the bullshit. Hey, I like that. Write that down.
I like it.
My skin's thick. Somebody write that down. Y'all write it. Is this recording? Yeah, this recording. We good. I'm gonna need that.
POP.
Good.
I need that on a POP t-shirt. Built for the
I got you,
bullshit.
man.
Hey,
National preference.
Hey man, we need that on a POP t-shirt for real. Shelby Cave is dropping marketing gems here.
Hell yeah.
My question, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. How did your family react to you pursuing music professionally? Because it's one thing to, freestyle at your birthday party, but to say, hey mom, hey dad, hey fam, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Honestly, they were like, finally. They were that nobody freaked out about it. Everybody was just immediately like, okay, we've been waiting. That's been the thing with my family my whole life. I've done a lot of things. Played softball, was pretty good at softball. Can write the hell out of an essay. I've done things that were good, but music's been the one thing that stuck with me, and music is my thing. That's the one thing that I'm good at. Nobody will ever take away from me. So it was no surprise to anybody. Literally, when it started happening, my papa was like, I hope you're thanking your Nana. I was like, trust me, I am thanking my Nana all the way. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Nana. Y'all was helping me. Yes. So nobody was shocked. I think the most shocked people were like my in-laws and stuff.
Okay. All right. This is a side note. I did expect to see those big ass curls. Like, what happened to the curls? I thought you was bringing the big curls back. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I am working on it. Okay. It's like this little headband thing. Okay. And it's not going too well. I did it last night. And when I woke up this morning, my hair was flat. I had to wand it.
Okay. Cause I seen on Instagram, you had the big curls.
I did. I know they're there a little bit, but they're fun, but they're not as big as they were. I found my mother-in-law gave me this little headband thing that's literally from the 90s. It's called Heatless Waves. And it's got a comfortable part right here. And then it goes right here and it clips in the back. And you twirl your hair up in it. So you look like Kitty from that 70s show. And that's how that happened. I be sleeping in it like I'm in my curlers. I hope nobody ever drives by my house. I'll be in my robe, my little curls in my hair. Bringing my coffee.
Looking straight from the 80s.
How y'all doing?
I ain't got that problem. I got a question. What's your recording process? This is a question I like to ask all rappers because I want to see what's in their head. Like, does POP send you beats and then you write to it, or do you write to it first and then go and ask him to make a beat, or if he finds somebody to make a beat? Like, what's your process? How do y'all do this together?
He actually doesn't make. We'll tell you our story. He actually doesn't make beats yet. I mean, he's but like he's like DJing. Like we're doing everything. Rocket Stage. We do everything together. My recording process happens as I go into studio. They play whoever I'm working with, which is usually 5-star. I work with Jared and DJ KO a lot, and Leland Elliott. And I mean, this is gonna blow. Most people don't believe me, but he's been there. I have like the footage to prove this is what happens. I walk in, they play. I usually go with the first one because I don't want to sit there and listen to a bunch of them, but I listen to a few beats. And whenever I listen to a beat, one word or a phrase hits my brain and I just write it right there.
Every time. I've been with her to the studio probably 12 sessions, and literally she'll put on a beat. Within 30 seconds, she has a word in her head. And I've walked outside to smoke a cigarette, and I've come back in 5-7 minutes maybe, and it's literally the first verse is done, and the chorus, the hook, whatever the case may be. I've seen her write songs in as little as 30 minutes, and I've never seen one take more than about 2 hours, and that's literally every single time.
Yeah. Like Confetti was wrote off of the word confetti. Chop an axe was wrote off of the phrase chop an axe. Like literally, I got one that I just did. It's called In a Minute, but I wrote it off as soon as I heard the beat. I was like, SPICY, yeah, I'm spicy. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm about to do.
It's phenomenal.
That's how my recording process. I don't listen to beats before. I write shit all the time. Like sometimes I'll get motivated and I'll go on YouTube and just like look up some beats and I'll write right there. But all of those basically stay in my phone or on my pad, whatever I wrote it on. Some of them I bring out, like if I get to a little hiccup point, then I'll be like, yo, I got lyrics for days. Let me go over here and see what can work. But
it's usually all fresh.
Yeah, everything's raw. Everything's fresh. I have no idea what I'm about to listen to when I walk into the studio.
A beat, an iPhone, and a glass of iced coffee.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have
And my on the mic is super fast. It literally, like my producers tell me all the time, they're like, damn. Like they just make me do extra shit just in case, like there was a hiccup or something that we could do. But I mean, if we want to get down, I usually take each verse and each hook about we'll do it about 4 to 5 times, but literally both, either the first or the second take, we're good to go. But we just do extras just in case.
Will we ever see a Shelby? I'm sorry. Will we ever see a Shelbykay Blind Fury collabo?
You will.
So are you planning on staying in country rap, or I saw on YouTube where you were doing some covers. You plan on going back to singing, or is this country rap from here on out?
There's no going back to singing. When it comes to singing, I understand that I do have a nice voice, and it's something that people would like to listen to, but in my heart and my soul and who I am as a person, I'm not a singer. I'm a rapper. I love to ride a beat. I love to be quick. I like to be spicy. I'm not with that holly lolly lolly, like that whole stretch and let's not do, I don't want to do all that. Now there will be some times that I probably will do a few singing songs. I might write a singing song for my family's sake because they've asked me to do that for them. But other than that, I'm not a singer. I'm a rapper. I know I can sing. I get it. But
I'm going to tell you a little story just to put it into perspective is I went with her for the first time to see her perform on stage or whatever. And I was the cameraman the whole weekend. I had a gimbal. It was the first time I ever did it. Had my phone. We're going around just recording stuff. I'd been doing this for probably 13, 14 hours. Well, Shelbykay stayed up. They were all in the front of the bus drinking. In the middle of the bus is bunk beds, and there's 12 bunks in there. Well, I was actually laying down. I'd probably been laying down about an hour. They're being obnoxious out there, just being loud, drunk. I couldn't sleep. Well, the song Fast Car by Tracy Chapman came on. And it gives me chill bumps literally when I talk about it. But I was laying in my bed, I was getting comfortable, and I literally got out of my bed to go in there and record it. And I didn't let her know I was there. There's a little sliding door. I opened the door and recorded just sections of it. And because I had known her for 6 or 7 months at this point and never even knew she could sing. I've heard her rap. I know she can rap like a motherfucker, but I never knew she could sing. So like to hear it, I heard it in her voice, and I literally inconvenienced myself to go out there to get it on camera. Phenomenal.
But also made him promise to never show it to anybody, just because I don't want that to be. I don't want people coming at me all the time like, sing me something, sing me something. Like, no, if I wanted to be a singer, I would have came in this bitch singing. Like, it's not what I want to do.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I have this question about the country rap genre and singing. In our Ladies of Hip Hop blog, I mentioned that I feel like a lot of females in country rap actually wanted to be singers and figured, for lack of better terms, they figured they could pimp the system, spit some bars, and then it will turn into their singing career. How do you feel about that statement I just made?
I 100% agree with you. I literally told somebody the other day, I told them, I was like, the difference in me and all the other girls is I rap. I rap for real. They're basically singing and sometimes rap, okay? And whatever, more power to you, but that's another thing. That's what I mean by you just come over here in this world of things and you just throw your shit in, like, this is where you're supposed to be. And it's, what are you? Who are you? Why are you claiming country? Like, are you singing? How are you country rap, but you're singing? I don't get it. I think it's really stupid, like, but hey, do what you do, whatever.
Okay.
I agree. I'm glad other people noticed that, honestly. I'm fucking glad that you noticed that. Really, I'm so glad.
Because they look like a better singer over here in this genre than they did in the real genre where they belong.
Well, to me, I feel like that you can succeed as an average singer being tagged a country rap artist.
Exactly.
And when we throw you in there with the big dogs, and now you look like a chihuahua. So, you know. And
amen to that.
And between me and you, I feel like that about hip hop in general. Like, I feel like now there are a lot of people that they call rappers that I've never heard rap. And I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking their talent. They're just artists. And I love Post Malone. But I don't know why they call Post Malone rap, because I've never heard 16 bars from him. Maybe they're out there floating. I just never heard them. So to me, Post Malone is a singer. And
I was about to say, do you consider him pop? I was gonna say I've never ever considered Post to be like hip hop. Like, I mean, he's dope as fuck though. Like, I mean, he is, but just like you said, like he has like a more groovy, wavy, like vibey sound than.
That's the thing that bothers me about the music industry is everybody has to have a title. Nobody can't just be themselves, you know, just like with country rap or pop or whenever EDM came around. Man, there's 400 subgenres in EDM. And, you know, and then you get over to country and you got like new country and old country. You know, they don't break it down to like pop country or, you know, everybody fights over what are you? What lane are you in? And I feel like it's all kind of, over time, it's all starting to merge more together because there's people doing pop stuff that were country artists at one time, or people doing EDM that were hip hop artists. You know, I feel like everybody's starting to move around in so many different lanes, and it's almost unfair to put people in a certain category, in my opinion.
We like your opinion.
Well, I'll give you some industry. Let's get some industry perspective on that. Like, you can't be in this space without having to define yourself, because for a label or distributor, or any of these music publications, radio, whatever it is, it has to be defined in a certain way just so they can play with it in that space. You can't define as a label. I can't give you a budget for competing in a space in hip hop and it's only $100,000 when everybody else has $1 million budget. But if you wanted to compete in that same space in country rap with $100,000 budget, then that would be viable. It's the definitions are definitely needed, especially in the onset as far as budgeting and planning and making sure all the logistics are taken care of. And this is just industry perspective. But on the past that of being in the genre and whatever you're trying to achieve in that, there still has to be certain steps that you have to take along the way that define you. And you can't define you. The industry pretty much defines you for what it is. Yeah, as hard as that is, and I know as fucked up and complicated as that sounds, you can come out and say, this is what I want to do, and this is this is the space that I want to operate in. But you're only going to be judged off of everything else that is already out there. And if it doesn't exist, then they're going to throw you in whatever pocket that sounds similar to you until you define you and you create that genre. This is where we are with Country Rap Report. We're trying our best to define what country rap is for the genre. And people like yourself, people like Upchurch, it's quite a few others out there. You guys are the definition of it. What we're trying to do is put more of the definition or the defining people in the spotlight so hip hop can fucking respect it as it should first. And then the music industry can say, okay, this is a valid subgenre. We need to pay this more attention than what we're paying it, because right now we're just ignoring it. This is probably a conversation that Vic and I have weekly. And it's a never-ending battle of what country rap is and how it will forever be defined. Me and you could probably have the same conversation offline, POP, and it'll be directly from my industry expertise, Vic's industry expertise, and it will flop back and forth, and you'll never get a clear picture of it. That aside, what she's doing, don't stop, because it is the definition of what this genre needs to be portrayed. There's some out there that are portraying the genre that don't even need to be in the spotlight, and they're in the spotlight, and it aggravates the shit out of me, because I don't want that to be the definition of what this genre is. I like what Shelby is doing. I hope she does it more. I hope she's more boisterous with it. Be unapologetic with the shit. Don't hold none of it back. And this is just me being transparent. Don't hold any of it back. Whatever you want to say, say it. Whatever you want to do, if you are allowed to do it in that space, do it. Because what you are doing is being genuine, and you're showing these other people that it's okay to be you. We've held this shit back for so long, and people have been just boxing people in because of these stereotypes. So because this is how people are supposed to act. Fuck all of that. Like, you go be you, and don't let anybody else tell you you cannot be.
Dude, I've had so many women like reach out to me, and just all they want to tell me is that I'm motivating them. I'm an inspiration to them, because I mean, I'm a mom. I'm not no itty bitty girl, and I'm not slutting myself out. So therefore, like, I'm coming from like a real woman's perspective, and they're just like, you're a mom. You're like being yourself. Like, you're actually doing this like as who you are. And they're like, I feel like I've never had anybody to look at and be like, you know what, I can do it too. So that's the number one thing I can say about everything that I love so much. Like, I love that women are looking at me. I love that people, even if men are looking at me and they're feeling the same way, like, thank goodness, finally, like, I'm so glad that I could be that for people. I'm so glad there's finally somebody here, because I felt that way growing up my whole life until Miranda Lambert and damn Gretchen Wilson and Miranda Lambert came around. I was like, oh shit, that's what I'm talking about. That's some real country folk. Okay, all right. So I'll always be me.
All right, I'm gonna jump into the music, because I don't want to occupy your entire evening. So my first question is, and only because I've seen this in the blog, because we live in an era where you really don't even know are artists independent or they're on labels. Are you an average Joe artist? And only because I've seen a blogger talking about you don't own this and you're that, and I'm like, well, I don't even know. Are you an average Joe artist? That's my first question.
I am an artist with Average Joe's Entertainment out of Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, I am.
How did that marriage come about?
Lenny Cooper is signed with Average Joe's as well. Colt Ford or whatever. I mean, like Colt Ford is the one that like funded it or made it or whatever. Yada yada. CEO. Man, honestly, he took me there one time. We was talking to little marketing people. This dude named Andrew. They was like, just like, yeah, she makes music. And they were like, what, you make music? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I'll look you up. And they looked up my little country bees on there, and everybody was like watching it. And everybody just was like, oh, you rap. You make music. And I was like, yeah, I do. Then it was like a month after that, they offered me a deal. And we were talking about it, and I had stipulations before there was any paperwork, and they met my stipulations. I met theirs, and that's how it happened.
All right, I got to say one time for Average Joe, I didn't know what the hell Average Joe was, and I used to go in Walmart all the time, and I was mad.
You see them all?
Yes, I was mad because none of the goddamn CDs had cursing in them. So I didn't want to buy the Lil Wayne and the 2 Chainz because there wasn't no cursing in it. And I started seeing, you know, the Lax, Moonshine Bandits, Lenny. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna start taking a chance on these records. And then I realized, and I started looking up that actually Average Joe was, to me, the no limit of country rap. They was like, fuck it, we gonna put all this shit together. So one time for Average Joe, and it's funny because I don't really hear people mention them the way they should be mentioned, but they are definitely pioneers and trendsetters of the genre. And when there's a Mount Rushmore of country rap, if they don't have Colt Ford's head on that damn thing, and it's blasphemous because, you know, he had a vision that obviously no one was willing to even invest in. So one time for Average Joe and the deal they had with Walmart, whether they still have it or not, I don't know, because people don't buy CDs, but they definitely was in that bitch, and I was buying the damn CD.
They still in that bitch too. I'm in there now.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your releases, like Confetti and Ring the Alarm and like
Sound the Alarm.
Sound the Alarm. You know what? It slapped my face because I have Sound the Alarm on one of my personal mixes on my radio station, but Sound the Alarm isn't on Spotify. Why?
Well, that was our I'm not gonna say a tiffy between the label and I, because it's not the label and I. That was my first tiffy with marketing. They had a vision. Marketing per se had a vision for me that I did not see, and I refused to see it. So I leaked that song because I told them whenever I met all these people and I put my name on that paper. I mean, there was things, and I'm not a hard person to work with at all. I do everything. Like, they don't have to do they don't work hard at all. Like, I'm probably their favorite artist because I'm good with doing all this shit. It's not on Spotify because I leaked it and I put it on YouTube, and it was just my point proven. And now they understand exactly what I was saying, and that we won't have to have that problem no more, but it's coming. It'll be on Spotify very soon, and Pandora and Apple Music and Amazon, or wherever you stream your music. I'll be there sounding the alarm.
See, you tried to check me because I said Ring the Alarm, and see, I asked you a question you didn't expect me to come with. I'm not one of these journalists who just gonna act like I don't know. I studied it. Shit.
You just skimmed it. You didn't even click it. You don't even know that they call me Ranch because you know that I be dressed.
Bars.
Bars.
Right there. Okay.
Oh man. Okay, so look, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this interview, this is the moment that they probably like, God damn, y'all talk for a whole hour and y'all ain't talk about these goddamn cookies. So let's talk about these goddamn cookies, these Girl Scout.
We talking about cookies? We talking about cookies now?
Let's talk about these
Cookies crumble. Now you got yourself a mess.
Let me get my notes. Hold on.
Oh, let me get my notebook out. Oh, hang me that big notebook.
Let's talk about these goddamn Skechers.
If I ate them shits, I would eat that shit while I talk about it. But I don't need them.
Let's talk about these Skechers and all this hate that you are receiving. I'm just gonna get right into it. What brought on Cookies Crumble?
Cookies crumble. That's what brought it. Cookies crumble.
That's how you gonna do me?
No, man.
Don't do me like that.
I have not spoke on this matter. You know, I've gotten messages, comments, people, you know, even like people, there's like very few people that even know anything. I fucks with y'all, like y'all. So, I mean, I'll tell you, Cookies Crumbled came about because cookies literally do crumble, and people want to mock things and subliminally say things because, you know, God forbid any of us be real ass people and approach anything. Cookies Crumble is my way of saying that I have no problem crumbling a cookie, and if you want to rumble, we can do it. And that's where it came from, because I'm not with the bullshit. And yeah, there we go. Motherfuckers. Bruce Almighty, and that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Who done that track? Who done the beat? I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because the beat was dope as shit. And initially when I heard the beat, it made me like, and then when I started hearing you talk about them goddamn bucks and skinning that bitch and you know, killing it, skinning it, cooking it. And
Cook it in the kitchen, then you can fuck with me.
First of all, let me I don't believe you. And I need to see a tutorial on YouTube or Instagram of you killing, skinning, cooking. I need to see that.
I got you, dog.
Okay.
I literally have a thing set up in my backyard where we hang that bitch, so I got you. But I mean, technically it's kind of illegal, but I mean, I don't give a fuck, I'll do it.
And the day you dropped the record, I immediately, because first of all, I was pissed because I'm like, God damn, you people going to fuck up my potential interview because y'all, like, how did you feel about the hate you received from the record? Because you got a large amount of hate, and I'm going to say this, and I said this already, fuck all y'all for hating on her, for speaking her mind. You never even called anyone's name. You ain't even called nobody goddamn name. And, you know, everybody, all they panties in the water and they feelings, you know, about people self-proclaiming titles that might be deserving or not be deserving. You ain't saying no name. I don't know how people got so goddamn sensitive.
Actually, you know what's funny? What did you just say? I didn't say a name? Yeah, that's kind of funny. Because whenever I dropped Chop and Axe, and people did the same thing in those comments, I did an interview with Country Rap News, and I told them that if that would have been about somebody, that I specifically would have said their name, so much to the fact of they even titled the article that. So when I shared the article, I said, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. That's where it all came from. And like I said, I would have said a name.
One time for my girl Kelsey over at Country Rap News. I like Kelsey. She's cool.
Shout out to Kelsey. That's my dog. Well, that's a journalist, and there's an unbiased opinion between us, but other than that, we're friends. She's cool.
What was the motivation?
The motivation was I'm done chilling. Like I've been nice. I have supported. I have shared. I have liked. I have commented. I have in no way, shape, or form wanted to take anything from anybody. There are no spots, bruh. I'll buy a fucking 12-foot table and make sure everybody has their own custom chair at that bitch. I don't care. My point of the matter was nobody's going to play me like a fool. Nobody's going to treat me like I don't exist. And if you about some country shit, I'm going to need to see some country shit. The motivation for that is just literally that. Like I'm done being quiet about the situation. I'm done letting everybody and anybody just come into my world of things and just think that they run things. Like, this is my world. Yeah, sorry, I haven't blown up yet, but I'm sure if I showed a little more ass and tits, I probably would. But when I do, I will. But at the same time, I'm still here. I'm not non-existent. And that's what Cookies Crumble is. Cookies Crumble is I'm here. I'm actually legit a country person doing real life country shit. Stop claiming that you live the way that I live when you don't. You don't live how I live. You could never last. Like, you would never last over here. I don't understand why people keep doing this. And that's where cookies crumble. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Did you write your own lyrics?
Always, every time.
Is there?
I refuse writers. I mean, there are probably sometimes, but how am I going to get better if I'm not writing my own shit? I write all of my own shit. Nobody touches anything that I do.
So if someone rebutted Cookies Crumble, and you know it was written by a male counterpart, would you feel like, nah, fuck that, she ain't write that?
Yeah. But if somebody comes back at me on Cookies Crumble and somebody else wrote it, I will still come back with something that I wrote. That'll be way more fire. So, it is what it is.
Oh, so you would, if someone rebutted, then you would rebut the rebut?
Yeah. Duh. That's how hip hop's here in the first fucking place.
Thank you.
I'm not scared of nobody or nothing. That's why I got a damn scope scar on my damn forehead, because I'm not scared of nothing or nobody.
Or that could.
That's why I fuck with her.
Shelby, now that might mean you don't know how to hold that goddamn rifle. Like that shit doesn't kick back.
Hey, but she was willing to try.
Listen, I did not know what I was doing because I was fully intoxicated and I wanted to be the coolest person there shooting the gun. But ain't nobody even shot the gun yet. All they did was pull it out. My dumb ass like, let me shoot the gun.
Nah, I'm bleeding while I'm shooting it.
Why they let me shoot the gun? That was stupid. Don't let me shoot the gun. But I don't need a scope.
I'm waiting on Spank because he looked like he's writing shit down, and I don't want to go past Cookies Crumble without him saying a word because I'm actually.
I can't.
Wasn't that like
I can't.
process too?
Oh,
I don't want to stir the pot.
Tell him like,
I don't want.
I remember the phone call.
He don't want to stir the pot. Like
I don't want to stir the pot.
I mean, do you want to know? Was it towards Savannah Dexter? Is that what you want to know?
I don't.
No, because her fans are already in there, and they felt like it was about Savannah Dexter. So they've already drew the line from A to B themselves. Hopefully it was, because that's what I caught when I heard it. You know, because it would have been applicable. But I'm trying to figure out what's next. Like, because hopefully you're not going to stop. I'm not saying the dissing. Because I don't want the dissing to be what this whole genre is about, especially it's female versus female. I just want all of y'all to be out there rapping.
Man, let me tell you something right now. There ain't no dissing unless there needs to be dissing. Savannah, her team, and Savannah's fans made that shit about her. It started with Chop and Axe. They made that shit. Okay, like.
Yeah, the line in Chop and Axe wasn't even, you didn't even say the line. It came from Sarah Ross, right? And that they took that as being whatever. Because I read the article and I was saying, I like the bars, but she wasn't talking about anybody. And then if they made it about it, so this is the thing. And there's a whole bunch of made up beef out there. And beef sells records. If you don't want to buy into the bullshit, you ain't got to buy into it. But if you felt like somebody was coming at you a certain way and you felt like you needed to respond, great. But I would not like for you and your talent to buy into the bullshit much further, because you're better than that. I did not know that you had the mentor that you had, but you have a freestyle talent that you've been honing for 2+ years. You got a label that's putting a budget behind you and advertising and marketing and branding. Like, don't fall into that shit, because I know what goes on over there. I was over there, not anymore. But don't fall into it. Let that shit, let it fester over there, and let it do whatever it do. You can do whatever you want to do aside from the bullshit.
There's just a lot. I would have never let it bother me had the things leading up to the situation not been the thing that happened. Like, basically, I trusted somebody that I shouldn't have trusted. People knew some things that nobody else knew. So they built something off of something that they knew. So they knew the right time to put out something. Something was withheld from me. Boom, that's how it happened. I'm not a dumbass. I know psychology. I know how people work. And that's what happened. Had it not been for that situation, this shit would have never even came about. Wouldn't even be a thing. But, you know, there's always a blessing and no matter what happens. So thanks.
That whole situation is a repeat of what happened to Kate. And it's pretty much the same people that you're talking about that was involved in that situation. And you know these people that I'm talking about. I'm not even calling their names.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody knows.
We all know.
What you have to do, what you have to do is just ignore that shit. Like they're clearly they're about bullshit, and they like to spice the shit up because they need to bring in some bullshit to be relevant. Don't buy into it. Like, for real. You ain't even got. If you ignore the shit, you would be just as successful as you are with made up beef that they want to bring up whenever they feel like it's opportunistic. Fuck them. And I'm saying that on record, on video, like, and I'm saying them as in anybody that wants to come at you with some bullshit. You are better than that. I saw your trajectory before I really like Chopsticks. I really love Steps, by the way. But your trajectory is where you want to go, and there aren't any other. Missy Elliott is a very good comparison. Like, do what you're doing. Be innovative. Keep making your shit. Keep going out being the role model for people. I keep coming back with words of encouragement because I'm telling you, as a veteran in the industry of hip hop for 30 plus years, I believe in your talent, and that's not a lot for me to say from a pure hip hop standing, talking to somebody about rap for 2 years. You got it. Keep doing what you're doing, please.
Thanks, man. I'm going to. That's why I'm here.
All right, so I just want to set one record straight before we move on about Cookies Crumble. Will you please tell these some bitches them were not Skechers duck boots?
Listen here, you some of bitches. Those was not no damn Skechers duck boots. I don't even know what that is. For one, I didn't even know they made that. If they do, those are Simply Southern duck boots. And if you don't know about Simply Southern, then you ain't Southern, because it's Simply Southern and not Skechers.
And one last thing, will you tell them, because I watched the video a bunch of times, the conditions, because the ground looked very moist. It was leaves and twigs and shit.
It was fucking colder than shit.
Right. So did they want you to have on some Jordans?
I don't wear Jordans.
She's the country, I'm the hood.
That was actually a shot. And I said when I talked to Shelbykay, I'm going to ask this.
Don't do shot. Don't do.
Not a shot. It's a question. I'm a journalist. I have a right to ask a question. I ain't calling nobody's name.
Oh, you right.
You said like fires out, lights out, flames out. You made the last words out your mouth was something about the flames.
Your fire's out by.
Yeah. What the hell was that about? I ain't seen no
mean?
pyro in your video. I ain't seen no fire in your video. What are you talking about? The fire's out, Shelbykay.
Your fire's out, Bob. That means your fire's out. I just blew your candle out. I just put out your tiki torches.
Had duck boots on, it got too swampy.
Hey man, one time for everybody who rocks duck boots, because there are certain weather conditions that you have to rock duck boots in. And if I was shooting that Cookies Crumble video, god damn it, I would have had on duck boots too. Spank, I think your mic is muted. Yes, so one time.
It had to be muted. I was laughing too hard. I had to mute it.
So I was, and you know what? I'm gonna say this because I hate bullies. I'm 5'5.5". Give me my goddamn half. But I was the guy that you could come get when you was being bullied, and I would come fight for you even if I didn't know, because I hate bullies.
That was who I was all the time. Yep.
And
that's funny.
When you dropped the record, and I seen people all in your comments, but like all these body shaming comments and all this bullshit, I'm like,
well, somebody said that girl looked like the only thing she ever lifted was a quarter pounder. I said, damn right, with cheese.
Two of them things.
First of all, all these people making them comments, they need to drop profile pictures of them damn selves, because they probably eat the triple stack. Like, why are you talking about? And first of all, one time for the motherfucking quarter pounder, because I love quarter pounders.
They probably do live at home with their mom.
Hey, you know they bringing back the orange high C? After 4 long years, they've had enough emails, and they said they bringing back the high C.
Damn high C.
And the people talking about only thing you lifted was a quarter pounder, those are the same motherfuckers that eat the cheese off the wrapper. Ugh. That little melted cheese that melts on the wrapper.
Everybody's hands be touching. What's wrong with them?
Yeah. So, I like, just for the value of the record, I thought the record was dope. I don't give a damn if you weren't talking about nobody. I just thought it was dope. And I think anyone, first of all, you came in this game as a rapper. And as a rapper, whether you're a country rapper, gay rapper, twerk rapper, bass rapper, whatever kind of rapper you are, you should know at some point in time, you will be number 2 pencil tested. And you got to stay battle ready. One of the dopest rappers in the history of rap, and you probably know who this is, KRS-One, stated in a recent interview that he has a battle rap ready for any rapper in 2021 who disses him, because steel sharpens steel. So for all the mad fans who want to say rapper lives matter and sing Kumbaya and hold hands and we are the world. Like, you have a right as an artist to state your opinion on a situation. And if that offends you, I understand her fans offending her, but do the research on the shit. You wrote your shit. And I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was written or not, but you know, bottom line, from artistic value, you did your thing. And you know, I commend that. You was willing to say, hey man, I skin bucks, I kill bucks, and I cook bucks. And your mama raised a hoe.
Ooh.
Shelbykay said that. I didn't say that. Shelbykay said that. I didn't say that.
I would say if the boot fits, but clearly I'm the only one around this bitch that wears boots. So I guess if the Jordans fit, if the Converse fit, if the Timberlands, high-heeled Timberlands, whatever that was.
Oh my good. Can we? Okay. I'm gonna move on. What do you have next? What's coming up next? What do you got any projects that you're about to drop?
Yes. Next week on Friday, February the 26th, Thick and Pretty will be out everywhere with a video. That's gonna be dope.
Thick and Pretty. Have you leaked the song yet?
Nope.
So we gotta wait till Friday. Damn it.
I'm gonna put up a TikTok though.
Okay, cool.
A TikTok tomorrow.
You're doing a Thick and Pretty challenge?
Hell, I'll do whatever anybody wants to do. If you're thick and pretty, then do it. You can do it. You're thick and pretty.
I'm a boy. I'm not pretty. I'm a boy. Shelbykay, I's a boy.
As a boy.
Okay, well then you're thick and handsome. Oh.
That'll be the male version. We'll have to put that together.
Look, before I leave, you're in POP. Let's talk about the introduction. I actually read a post. I read a post that you made about POP, and that I had just watched the movie Palmer one time. If y'all haven't seen Palmer, that shit touched me. And I had just watched Palmer, so I already had tears in my eyes. And I read the post that you made about POP, and a lot of people don't really understand the definition of loyalty, respect, honor, honesty, working together,
integrity.
So before we get the hell up out of here, stamp that shit and talk about y'all relationship and how y'all came together.
You want me to say?
He was just some dude at the club that just always happened to be there that I was like, and then we became friends.
What's crazy is like I'm 29. I drilled wells, I poured concrete, I did roofing, I did ball busting jobs my whole life. So I've actually been in this lane of, with the music and stuff like that is probably about 9 months now. April 2020, I paid my house off and I moved back home with my mom to pursue what I've always been passionate about, which is DJing. I got a job at a local country club, which Lenny Cooper owns, Skyline Club in West Columbia. I'd heard a lot about Shelby. I'd never really met her, whatever. The first she did a show up there, whatever. I thought she was dope as hell. She was just always focused on her own shit. And me and her linked up one day and really just like sat down and talked. And literally ever since that day, it's been like a bond you can't break. Is people, are y'all dating? Are y'all doing this? Are y'all doing that? We both have wonderful at-home lives. We're just two genuine loyalty people chasing the same thing, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to stay passionate about it and pursue it, whatever we got to do.
We work. We do a lot more doing than we do talking because that's just where we're about it. We're about the shits. Like we know what we want and we're going to get it.
And we're both, we're so dedicated to one another. We've pretty much convinced ourselves that we don't need nobody but one another. Eventually you have to build a team, but you have to have two like-minded people. You can't be a very strong-willed, pushy person and be around somebody who's a bum. You can't do it, and you are who you surround yourself with, and she's actually, I did my first show on stage with her and stuff. She's pushed me to do stuff that I didn't think I was capable of doing just because of, I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to this industry. I don't really know the ins and the outs and everything, it's just something that I'm learning. And, I feel like I got a good person beside me to learn with it. So.
POP, I need on Spotify to see DJ POP country rap playlists because there are not a lot of DJs in the genre, and you can grab that bull by the horns and rest that thing. Now, of course, you're gonna fill that playlist with Shelbykay records.
Absolutely.
But like you can also build what you can build Shelbykay and build POP at the same time.
In the same lane.
Yes, because DJs are here to basically dictate what's next in the lane. So that, and that comes like from a person who's always thrived in discovering talent, dealing with independent artists. Like I do playlists on Spotify, and I always cover artists on the grind. I'm not interested in putting Jay-Z on my playlist because I want to dictate what people say is next. And that's part of the reason of this interview, because I know Shelbykay, really Shelbykay is not even next. Shelbykay is now. But I wanted, we wanted people to know, like, this is where we're going with it. So I need to see a POP playlist, a mix, or some shit, or we need to call Average Joe and make sure POP gets compilations or some shit, because number one, I love partners. I love when people work together for a common goal. I think that shit is so dope. I love y'all chemistry. Like I said, I read the post that you posted about him. I was like, man, this is some real shit. And then when you hit me, when we was communicating, it's like, look, POP is going to be with me. I'm like, I'm with the shits. I'm with it, because
I appreciate that.
I feel like we live in a world that we have to sometimes teach people how to be loyal, because this is a word that's commonly thrown around. But then,
unfortunately,
when it's time to be loyal, ain't nobody around to be loyal. So, and I commend that. I love kinship. I love brotherhood, sisterhood. So I'm with it, man.
She made a comment right before the podcast. She got here about an hour early. We were just kind of hanging out, doing some other stuff we need to catch up on. She said, I hope, my real name's Cody, whatever. She said, Cody, I hope you're ready. I was ready for what? She said, anything I do from here on out, you're my DJ, you're who I want with me. So you will be involved in everything I do. I got a music video coming up here. I got this, and I've always been there, before she made the post, before, it was established what I was or who she was. I was always, what you need, I got you. That's just the type of person I am. But I'm only going to do it for certain people till, it's no longer appreciated. And with her, it never goes away. She tries to give me money for this. Like, let me pay you to do this. It ain't about the money. It's the loyalty, the respect, the everything we have is a bond. So it's rare. I've lived 29 years and never met a male that had the same attitude, the same drive. And here I am with a female. It's the crazy way.
And for record, we're not fucking.
Yeah.
We're not dating. We're doing no love things. We getting money, dog. We getting fucking money.
I'm gonna say this, and I've always said this. I'm married, and my wife is my best friend, even if I'm not hers.
You probably drive her fucking crazy.
Look, I was just gonna say, because I drive her crazy. I'm a Leo, and anybody who knows me knows. Are you my goddamn dog?
Yes, sir.
I mean, fuck y'all. I'm a Virgo, but it is what it is.
So anyone who's dealt with a Leo know that we are the most loyal creatures on earth, but we're probably the hardest motherfuckers when it comes to our opinion. And so nothing I do is done without my wife. And we were friends before we were married. I had no choice to marry her because I always wanted to, I just need that. And like this guy here, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Like he's like my brother from another mother. We came up in the music business together, and having that support system sometimes in this evil industry of talent, because it's talent based, but it's still evil because of a lot of the undertones. You have to sometimes be able to look at that person in the trenches and like, you ready? And I admire that. Like I'm gonna be honest.
She does it too. And that's one thing, man, is we're never gonna dick ride. We ain't never gonna kiss nobody's ass. We're gonna say what's on our mind. We're gonna do what we want to do. And
if we can't do it, we're gonna learn how to do it, then do it.
Built for the bullshit. I mean, we know bullshit comes for all of it, but that's where it came from.
That's gonna be our new saying. Anytime you gotta do anything, hashtag built for the bullshit.
For real.
That's 2 times it's been said. It needs to be a shirt and a hashtag. Built for the bullshit.
I'm gonna put it on the shirt.
We'll give y'all 5% since we made it with y'all. How about that? Okay, there you go.
No, just don't get mad when you see the hashtag. They be like, they goddamn Ridin Durty's using the built for the bullshit hashtag again. Like,
you know what? If you do that, I will drop a diss track on you. You know that? I'm just down here.
No. Please.
Right?
Listen, Vic XL. The XL is, if you drop a diss track on me, I will play that shit at the beginning of every podcast I do. Because I will feel like I fucking made it. Shelbykay dissed me. Shit. I'm gonna have some sketches around my neck, and I'm for it. I appreciate it. I'm looking very forward to Thick and Pretty and Thick.
Thick and pretty.
But she is pretty and thick.
Yeah, she is. She is pretty and thick. Yes.
All right, and I'm gonna ask this, and this because just you mentioned eating greens. You know, do you know how?
Collards.
Do you properly know how to make collards? And if you do, what kind of meat you season your collards with?
That's some country shit right
No,
there.
I need to know if Shelbykay, Shelbykay really country. Cause see, I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean this. A lot of people like look at me and you like black dudes don't know anything about no country rap. But first of all, I'm from Griffin, Georgia.
Where was that?
Griffin, Georgia. And the funny thing, offline, I'll tell you how I feel about some country rap. And it's not a bad thing, but I feel like me and him will get blowback because we're covering country rap because of that. But we are country. How you season your greens, y'all? I need to know.
I cook them with a little bit of water, but I put a ham bone in it, and I do some damn chicken broth, and I let it be seasoned. And I salt and pepper out of the fuck out of that motherfucker for one. Okay, calm it down. I put me a little splash of garlic powder, not too much garlic. I ain't with too much of the garlic shit. And then whenever it's done, I fucking sprinkle me some damn Cajun on there because I like Cajun and I like it spicy.
This is my last altercation of you in the kitchen and being country. Cornbread from scratch or Jiffy?
Jiffy.
I make Jiffy. I make biscuits from scratch. But ask me why I don't do cornbread from scratch.
Why?
Because one time my Nana was making something from scratch. I thought she was making a cake. I ate the batter. It was the worst thing I ever tasted for in my life. So I vowed to never, ever, ever again go down that road. I'll make the fuck out some Jiffy, but I'll make you some homemade biscuits anytime you need, bud.
All right, I lied. One more.
What now?
One more.
Another one.
Do you know about that bologna? The bologna.
Do you just slice it or you do a V in yours?
All right, I ain't got to ask no more questions because I was going to ask you, do you just drop that bitch in the frying pan and let it bubble up, or do you put some spice?
Oh, she country as hell. Yeah, she got it. She won.
Okay.
She keep her pass.
You got it.
You can have your country pass back, darling. Here you go.
Give me that. And I found out Shelbykay be on the low key. You.
Yeah.
Before we get up out of here.
Like this to be a soldier girl.
Before I get up out of here, first of all, POP, I know you got the goddamn shirt. Don't sit your ass back there, be humble, and don't talk about the POP, the clothes. Like, come on, man.
Man, it's so it all started whenever I started working at the club. You know, I started another business and it was called Aqua Analysis. I was going to test water and do stuff with water because that's all I ever knew. Closer it got, man, Lenny kept asking me, Cody, what's going to be your DJ name? We need to do advertising. What's going to be your DJ name? And I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe DJ Aqua or something, but I wouldn't settle on it. And, one night I was talking to my girlfriend actually, and we were having a conversation and I told her, I was like, I'm just so happy at where I'm at in life. I put myself in a financial situation to pursue something I've always been happy about. And I said, I hope at some point in everybody's life, they get to pursue something they're passionate about over what they prefer to be doing. I said, and it was afterwards, I was like, something like passion over preference. And it literally puts me in another place because whenever it came out, I knew right then and there that was it. I text Lenny at 2:30 in the morning. I said, my name's going to be Pop, DJ Pop. It stands for Passion Over Preference, you know, and I want to put the message out there, you know, no matter where you've been, what you've done, who you've been around, if you've been to prison, if you've been a meth head, if you've been a drunk, a piece of shit dad, no matter what you've done, you know, push your dreams, find what makes you happy. Life's too short to like sit around, be miserable, you know, and not pursuing shit that you know you could be doing, but you're scared to take the leap. You know, it was one of the hardest things I did, but that's what I want to push to other people is it's hard, but it's very, very worth it. You know, I would have never met Shelby. I would have never, you know, been able to do some of the things I'm doing. The brand wouldn't have came along. You know, it was big things happen whenever I put myself to the unknown. And like I said, I've been in the industry for 8 or 9 months, and it's definitely been some of the happiest times of my life. You know, it's still unbelievable at sometimes, you know, whenever I got on.
Besides when we were driving back from Nashville in the middle of the night and there was so much fog that we couldn't see anything that we went fucking to. That was not a happy time. That was not happy. But other than that, yeah, we're happy. But
it's basically, man, it just stands for passion over preference. You know, one of my good, like, famous sayings I always say is chase your passion, not your pension.
You say, what is it? Do it.
What?
Stay passionate, people.
Stay passionate, people.
Stay passionate, people.
It's just, you know, I just want to give like good vibes to everybody, man. I want everybody, and so I want to do it through clothes. You know, I just feel like I'm building a clothing brand. You know, I do care about the DJ Pop, but I'm not pushing, you know, DJ Pop merch or nothing like that. You know, that's like with this shirt.
Just pushing the passion over preference merch.
Dream it, believe it, achieve it. You know, just something when you look yourself in the mirror, that was a thing that I had in my mirror for probably 5 years. You know, I always dreamed it, but I never believed it. And then one day I believed it, you know, and I believed it for a while, but I didn't achieve it quite yet. And then one day, you know, April of 2020, I finally achieved it. And that's why this is the first shirt that I've got made, because this is a motto that I've lived by for, you know, the past 5 or 6 years. And it's put me in the situation I'm in. So I want to push that to everybody, man. I want everybody to just pursue what makes them happy. You know, don't leave that miserable relationship, quit that job that don't give a fuck about you. If you die tomorrow, they're going to pull another resume and hire somebody on the spot. You know, leave a mark behind, you know, give somebody something to remember you by. You know, if he wasn't rich, but goddamn, he was happy.
Amen.
All right, being happy is priceless. I know a lot of rich people that are miserable as fuck. So there's not a price tag on being happy. And I can tell by the music you're creating and the direction your career is going, Shelby, you're happy. DJ POP, you look happy as hell. And man,
all the time.
I love happy people. I love happy vibes. I tell people all the time, I tell my kids, I tell my wife, like me, I'm a pillar of love. There's never anything I'm going to do on any platform that's meant to tear anyone down. It's just always going to be an objective opinion. And sometimes you get in this,
always.
You got to be able to deal with opinions. But, you know, like I said, I got pissed off when you dropped the record and people was shitting on you. I'm like, man, y'all. I almost said,
hey, there's always going to be negative comments. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Fuck them, feed them fast food, quarter pounders.
Fuck them and feed them rocks.
All right, Spank, you got anything for Shelbykay before we let her go? She's giving us a lot of time, man.
Yeah, she has. I appreciate that. I just want to reiterate, I'm a fan. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Like, keep pushing, please.
Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Get it.
I don't stop. Just get it. No Rolls Royce or a Bentley. Need a Chevy. Need it lifted.
Shelby,
those are actually my lyrics for real.
You like rapping, man. Oh, I didn't mean to ask this. What was it like working with Sarah Ross? I meant to ask.
Oh, dude, she's so sweet. She's a great person. I met Sarah before we worked together. We got to work together. You know, most of the females that I have met so far have been, you know, just genuinely like good and great people to be around, good vibes. You know, she has great vibes. We were fucking freezing at the video shoot for Chopping Axe. I mean, absolutely freezing. And I mean, I had clothes all the way on and she was wearing like a crop top thing, like so her stomach and stuff. She had more skin showing than me. And she just fucking wrote it out, man. She just dealt with it. You know, she went through a lot. And then whenever Chopping Axe dropped and everything was happening with her poor thing, her damn granddaddy died. So she's getting all this backlash, all this like people coming attacking her, and she has no idea about it yet because, I mean, the same day that it dropped was the same day as her grandfather's funeral.
Wow.
So like, it was just, but she's an awesome person. She deserves a lot more than what she has. And by
Yeah,
golly,
I agree.
she's going to get it.
What's next for the ladies of country rap? Or where would you like to see the ladies of country rap headed?
All girl tour.
I would like to see actual country girls. And I would like more rapping ass bitches. Come on. If we're doing this, let's do this. I can't be the only one. I can't be. I mean, can't be. I mean, I could be, but I can't be. And I just want to see a lot of women empowerment. I want to see a lot of unity. You know, we're not Lindsay Lohan and Mean Girls, you know, like there's enough room and there's enough anything that we can make it happen. So I just hope to see unity, talent, realness, happiness.
Work ethic.
Okay, well, on the behalf of my brother, Spank, again, the Country Rap Report, we thank you for coming on, giving us your time. I didn't mean to take so much of your time, but this was so interesting, I didn't want to stop. Were we able to get everything out that you want the people to know about Shelbykay? Because I don't want to leave and you don't say something that you meant to say.
No, man. Everything's there, you know. And if I miss anything, I'll put it in a song.
Okay. What about you, P.O.P.?
Man, that's about it, man. I just want everybody to stay passionate and do what you got to do to get through, man. It's there's gonna be bullshit, there's gonna be roadblocks and everything, but just keep it moving. You got to keep moving.
P.O.P.
And Stream Thick and Pretty next Friday, February 26th.
Okay. P.O.P., come close to the camera. Come closer. You said you were 29. P.O.P.,
Yes, sir.
You like you jailhouse preserved. You been in jail?
No, I've been in and out of jail when I was young, but I never did no time in jail. No, sir.
I'm just joking, man. You know, they say when you go to jail, you don't age, and you look young.
Yeah, you don't get no sun or nothing.
Hey, man, you drink a lot of water.
Try to take care of myself, man. Try to take care of myself.
I drink a lot of beer.
I drink a lot of water because I love water.
Water and iced coffee, right?
That's right.
There you go.
Better have that iced coffee.
Better have the ice coffee.
I thank you guys so much. Again, let them know when the single is dropping and how to find you on social media.
February 26th, Thick and Pretty next Friday, February 26th. Don't forget, February 26th. And you can find me basically anywhere. Just type in Shelbykay, all one word, and I should pop up at some point. My names are different because my name's fucking complicated and it's a mile long. But other than that, I'm everywhere.
And mine's passion.over.preference on everything. YouTube, TikTok,
Yeah,
Instagram.
his shit's easy.
Yep. Nobody had it. So I got the same tag on everything. Passion.over.preference.
All right.
It's either Shelbykay or Shelbykay Cheyenne.
Is your name Cheyenne?
My middle name is Cheyenne. My name's literally Shelbykay, all one word. Like, my name is actually Shelbykay on my birth certificate. Like, my name's even country as hell. I got a double damn name. Fuck. My middle name's Cheyenne. Yeah.
That's dope. All right. I appreciate you guys so much for giving us this time and shedding some light on your career.
Thank you.
All right.